Hey, it's Justin at the top of the episode, just dropping into your ears. Wanted to let you all know that today we launched a Patreon. And the reason that we're going to start moving towards Patreon is because Patreon allows us to leverage more tools to grow the Flying Bison podcast. We love Ko-fi, and our Ko-fi is still going to be around for one-time support, but we're going to focus more of our effort on Patreon. Now, all of the perks from Ko-fi are the same in Patreon, so if you're already supporting us on Ko-fi, you're not going to miss out on anything. If you are supporting us on Ko-fi monthly, then feel free to just continue to use that platform. In the near future, we eventually will move it over to Patreon, but for now, don't worry about it. Keep supporting us on Ko-fi. The best part, though, the first 30 people who support us on Patreon get an exclusive I Heart the Flying Bison podcast shirt in our show's font. It's dope, it's trendy, it's exclusive, and you are going to want to rock this. If you're already supporting us on Ko-fi, don't worry, we're going to get your info. We're going to send you that shirt as well. So the first 30 people, plus the people that support us on Ko-fi already. Interested? Check out our new Patreon at patreon.com/Flying Bison Podcast. Oh, and breaking news, and I was not cleared to share this with you, wink, but if everything goes according to plan, our merch store is going to launch on June 3rd. It might get pushed back to the following week, but it is coming very soon. Once it launches, we'll let you know, but you'll see a link on our website, www.flyingbisonpodcast.com. Don't worry, we'll let you know when it's coming. All right, enjoy the episode. Bye.
Air, water, earth, fire. For hundreds of years, the four nations have lived in harmony. The Avatar, master of all four elements, was always responsible for maintaining the peace. But Avatar Roku passed away 13 years ago. Now, the four nations look to the air nomads to reveal the next Avatar, but the world is met with silence. Rumors from the Earth Kingdom abound that the Fire Nation is planning an aggressive move into the Earth Kingdom. 5 young heroes were too late to save the Southern Air Temple, but they hold vital information that could save the Earth Kingdom and maybe even save the world. Previously on the Flying Bison podcast.
Danger under Full Moon Bay. Our crew is trapped as explosions go off and water begins leaking in. Who will they be able to save? Who won't they be able to help? All these answers and more on this episode.
What is happening, friends?
Hello.
Someone just got a
Hi.
notification, but
Yeah, that was my Alexa.
Yeah.
Yeah, not. I don't own Alexa. I own Alexa. You know what I mean? But like
But Alexa's her own woman.
yeah. Alexa has bodily autonomy. Virtual autonomy? Virtual body autonomy.
What is
yeah, that doesn't have a body.
Alexa has none of the above.
But none of those things. Not a single one.
Alexa better not have a body. I hope we're not at that point.
That
That
be
is scary.
Oh, man.
Amazon.
It's only a matter of
but
time.
if she did have a body, she would have bodily autonomy.
Yes.
And that's
Still
all we'll
no.
say about that. We do know there's a lot going on in the world. We're making jokes a little bit about it, but also it's a very serious thing. So we could just leave it at that. We'll take a little break for an hour and then get back to fighting for women's rights after this episode. How about that? Sound good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good. You guys want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Who could say no?
Oh, wait. You could say no. First, I do have to say one quick thing that is like podcast related.
Oh, nice.
It's huge.
That's
Are
what
you
we
guys
do.
ready for this? It is. It's what we do. This is a podcast.
Oh, okay.
As of this episode, right now, we've got a Patreon.
Hey.
Whoa.
I know. It's big.
This
Now, here's the
We're a
thing.
real podcast now.
We're real podcasts.
Those are those things that people are always showing.
I imagine some of you here, and maybe even some of you listening, are wondering, don't you have a Ko-fi? And the answer is yes, we do have a Ko-fi. And now we also have a Patreon. And the reason we did that as a podcast is because we love Ko-fi. Ko-fi is great. Ko-fi focuses a lot of their resources on independent creators, people who want to make things and want to try and get supported that way, but aren't expecting to turn something that they're doing into a big thing. We want to take the Flying Bison podcast to insane levels of tabletop role-playing entertainment. And Patreon just gives us a lot more tools to be able to do that Ko-fi doesn't necessarily have. So it's literally nothing against Ko-fi at all. It's just that Patreon gives us a few more tools. Mm-hmm. So for those listening, if you are supporting us on Ko-fi already, either one-time donations or monthly membership, you can continue to give one-time donations on our Ko-fi. If you're already supporting us on Ko-fi, please feel free to continue to do that. You can also move over to Patreon if you want to, but in terms of monthly support and membership and all the cool perks that come along with that, we're going to be moving a lot of our attention to Patreon. All the perks are the exact same. So there's no changes between if you're already supporting us on Ko-fi and Patreon. It's all the exact same stuff. It's just that Patreon allows us to leverage some of that a little bit better than Ko-fi does. So that is patreon.com/Flying Bison Podcast. So much easier to remember than ko-fi.com.
Yeah, we had to
Patreon.com.
spell it every time.
I know. I had to spell it every time. Patreon.com/Flying Bison Podcast. And now, are you ready for the funny story?
Yeah.
So ready.
Very.
So ready.
That wasn't the funny story.
No.
I know, that was pretty funny, right?
I think Patreon's hilarious.
Patreon.
Okay, moving on. We're gonna keep on going.
So, some of you came to this. We ran our first hangout with our members. Speaking of Ko-fi, we did our first hangout with our members, and I was like, what would be fun? We've only got 4 people that are supporting us. What would be a fun time? And I was like, I'm gonna do a one shot for these people. So we got them, and we got a couple of us. Monroe and Nick and Johnny were there, and we just had fun for the evening. It was a blast. I had a ton of fun.
It was awesome.
You guys have fun?
It was a great time.
It was
so
fantastic.
fun. Nick played a cowboy combustion bender.
Yeah.
So it's just an excellent character concept.
It was so much fun.
And at the end of the night, we're just kind of hanging out. We were done playing, and they were asking questions. And someone asked Monroe, who I don't know if you know this, listeners, and also I guess here too. While Monroe does some of her best work on this podcast, she's also a professional actress.
Mm-hmm.
She's like in actual TV shows and video games and whatnot. So, Monroe, you have an IMDb page, right?
Correct.
Correct.
So low key.
Deny.
Just like
It's like a... I feel like we're in a courtroom.
that is true.
Do not recall.
Objection.
Miss Hayden,
Hearsay,
do
Your
you
Honor.
or do you not have an IMDb page?
I do, yes.
Okay. All right. Let the record show Miss Monroe Hayden has an IMDb page. And so someone asked Monroe, they're like, Monroe, why isn't the Flying Bison on your IMDb page? And Monroe was so gracious. She was like, IMDb is like the Wikipedia of credentials for acting. You take it with a grain of salt. So even if it was there, whatever. And while she's talking, I'm Googling. I go onto her IMDb page because I'm like, I wonder if we could get the Flying Bison podcast on Monroe's IMDb page. That'd be super cool. And I look at her IMDb page, and I'm looking at all of her mentions and whatnot, and I come across something called Legends of Earth Kingdom. And I look at who Monroe is playing in Legends of Earth Kingdom, and I go, huh, that says Leeko. And then I look back at the title, and I was like, it says this is a video game.
Super
I was a bit
weird.
confused too.
Has anyone heard of Tales of the Earth Kingdom?
Legends.
No. Do you know what my first thought was, Steve?
No.
And it wasn't malicious at all. It was just confused. It was did Monroe sign up for a video game using her character from our podcast, which is fine. That's fine if you want to make some Avatar adjacent video game using your it's your character. Like I'm not gonna be like no, like told you could do that. But I was like, it's just weird that she wouldn't tell us that. Like, so I click on the title because now I'm curious. Like, what the heck is Tales of Earth Kingdom? And I click on it and I read the description, and it's like 5 heroes were too late to save the Southern Air Temple, and now they're on their way to the Earth King. And I'm like, that seems really familiar. Like weirdly familiar. Is someone making a video game about our podcast?
I hope so, if you're out there.
Yeah, please. If there are any video game designers and creators listening to this, let's do it. Let's make an Avatar adjacent podcast. That'd be dope.
And video games, since
So-
this is already a podcast.
What?
You said podcast instead of video game, so I'm just...
Yeah.
Avatar
yeah.
Adjacent Video Game Podcast.
And yes.
You could have just
They-
edited that out. You just...
Yeah, it's fine.
We can
Had
still
to
edit
make
all of
it
this
my-
out.
I could. I always like editing out,
But
when I
we
sound
won't.
stupid. So I read the description and I was like, that's too familiar. And then I look at the director credentials, and I go, well, that's my name.
Is this
I don't
still up? I'm
remember
looking
to-
this up now. I want to see this.
Yeah,
It's
Still
still up.
Named
It's
Justin Nita.
Oh, but there's a
It's up.
twist here that Justin is
It's
getting
up.
to.
So I'm like, that's okay. I don't remember directing a video game, let alone anything. Writer, Justinita, producer, Justinita. And I scroll further down and I'm like, well, the cast members are Nick Coughlin, Monroe Hayden, Danny Wakeman, Steve Durgan, and Johnny Button. And I was like, this is our podcast. Someone made an IMDb page about our podcast. And I presented that to the group because I was like, guys, you'll never believe what I just found. And we spent the next 10 minutes just trying to figure out whose page is this? Who made this page? Monroe had no idea. I had no idea. The person who asked had no idea. At first I thought the person who asked was he made the page.
Like
And it was
gearing
just
up
like a
to tell
joke.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that'd be
Right? I
good.
was like, that'd be funny. That'd be a great
I thought
joke.
the same thing.
That'd be a good bit. No, they had no idea either. No one had any idea. And so it turns out that because, as the aforementioned Monroe Hayden is a professional actress, she's required to have this on her IMDb page. I don't know about required, but someone at IMDb was like, Monroe is in this podcast, so let's put it on our IMDb page. And then this absolute fool had to go and create IMDb pages for the rest of us. So I have an IMDb. We all have IMDb pages now.
No.
It's the only thing on there. Tales of Earth Kingdom, which you'll now
Is it
know. It's no longer named that. Thankfully, it took me. I don't even want to say how long it took me. It took multiple emails to IMDb being
But-
please,
Can we
that is not the name of our what.
can we pause to appreciate the fact that even though the title has been updated, the graphic is still Legends of Earth Kingdom? Someone made a
Yeah.
custom
I know
graphic
it's great.
for this show with a completely false name.
It also has a tagline of "Prepare for War," which is it's just good.
It's good. That's so good.
Somebody should do something with that.
I know.
Yeah,
It
please
looks
work with
legit.
us.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a legit thing. You guys must have made something when I first saw it.
Look, if I find a video game lying around, a half-developed video game called Tales of Earth Kingdom, I'll send it all your way and we can finish it. All right?
So,
But then
Sounds good.
the graphics is Legends. If we're gonna, right? Or is it Tales?
It's
I don't-
Legends.
Legends.
It was Legends of Earth Kingdom, Tales of
Yeah.
Earth Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
Both
my
still
bad.
sound
Legends
cool,
of Earth
though.
Kingdom.
You're thinking Tales of Earth Sea. That's a little different.
yeah.
Tales of Earth Sea.
Or Tales of Bossing Say is the name of that
Yeah.
mild and happy-go-lucky episode.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for bringing that up again, Johnny.
Yeah,
Anytime.
salt in the wound.
So it took me, I don't know if I told you guys this, it took me a month, I think, of emails back and forth with IMDb, constantly being please, A, it's not a video game. I promise you it's not a video game. 2, it's not called Legends of Earth Kingdom. It's called the Flying Bison Podcast. I'm emailing you from flyingbisonpodcast@gmail.com. It's me. I promise you this is the name of the podcast. Please change it. And eventually they have changed it. So long story short, we have an IMDb page, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. That is cool.
I need to get to like giving them episodes and episode summaries, and we should even put in some fun facts about us. That'd be fun.
After you mentioned that we each have our own IMDb pages, I looked at mine, and I guess I don't remember playing Drug Guy in Connections: The Marcello Story in 2015.
What?
He doesn't remember, but I can confirm he was in that film.
Back in
He
2015.
was Drug Guy.
When I was
Hey,
16 years old.
Danny, do you think maybe those were actual drugs they were giving you?
Oh no!
Is that why you don't remember?
Wait, was that
Oh
like
my
a
gosh.
joke, or is that for real? Like
No,
you
you-
actually played that guy?
No, it's on my IMDb page.
I'm reading my IMDb now. Get this. Steve Durgan was born October 1954 in Michigan, USA.
Oh my god.
He is an editor and producer known for Modern Marvels 1993, Sandmasters 2011, and Minute by
Modern
Minute Oklahoma City Bombing 2000. Full bio.
Wait, this is like you went to the Flying Bison podcast
Yes.
and then went to your own IMDb
And I
page.
clicked my link, and this is me.
So funny.
Oh,
What?
This is my
Mine feels so
alternate
boring
identity.
now. It's incredible.
So yours is real. Yours is actually you.
Yeah, it's actually me. It just has this. But yeah, Danny, you were a drug guy.
I'm Drug Guy in Connections: The Marcello Story.
We gotta clean up this mess. But for now, I like being born in Michigan. That's cool.
Steve, you've done a lot.
Yeah, look at me. I gotta watch
you-
these movies that I made.
You met Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, apparently.
An incredible time, I'm sure.
Oh man.
You know, it's coming back to me
That's-
now. I do remember that.
I don't remember Larry the Cable Guy. How could I forget such a magnetic personality as Larry the Cable Guy?
Oh my god.
That is so funny. And it's just you two. Like me, Nick, and Johnny. It's just that.
You-
but then the two
You
of you.
produced Modern Marvels?
I guess I did.
Yeah, that's great, man.
I'm pretty impressed
Well
with
done.
myself.
You know, Danny should have a real IMDb credit because he's been in a show.
I swear.
Oh,
Let's talk
man.
about that later.
You know,
Let's-
we're gonna have to bring that up, Johnny. Good point.
Yeah, let's
We'll
table
save-
that. Let's table that.
Let's save that one.
Maybe we might,
Listeners, Danny was in a TV
we
show.
might have to ask how
and
Abby feels first.
no, I'm just gonna share it.
Well, I'll save the story because there's a
Absolutely.
fun story about how I found out Danny was in that show.
Absolutely not. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else in my notes? No, I got no more notes. Man, that's funny. Good times at Ridgemont High. Did you produce that too, Steve?
You know, I might have, but maybe we should take this time to do like a PSA on memory loss or something. This is kind of a heavy revelation for me right now. So
Hey, I think you should be proud because you don't look a day over like 38.
appreciate that.
And the fact that you're like 70, incredible, man. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm pushing it. Yeah.
Speaking of pushing it, you're all in a really tough situation and gotta push yourselves to figure it out. And it is chaotic. If I remember, I was like sitting back and thinking back and trying to remember like how chaotic it is. And let's see. So the whole of the hollow, Half Moon Hollow, which is underneath the sort of above ground portion of Full Moon Bay, it's just rife. It's like it's you know where a lot of the rejects of society are. It's a big place. I don't know if I've properly helped you picture how large this hollow, this grotto is.
Yeah.
There's a number of people down there, so there's tons of twisting caves and open areas for people to congregate and whatnot.
Yeah. Mall of America.
It's like the Mall of America. Exactly. There's an amusement park under there.
An aquarium.
Way too many stores.
Bubblegum shrimp.
Yeah, Bubblegum Shrimp. There's Bubblegum Shrimp down there. There's some transit to the airport. So I guess you're right. You could just get on the train, go to the airport. And,
Why haven't we just gotten on the train?
yeah, just get on the train. Okay. So you're on the train to the airport.
And rewind.
And rewind. So the whole place is collapsing, filling up with water. I believe Sho and Leeko are sort of by the where the stairs lead back up into the cove part of Full Moon Bay, trying to help people get out, trying to hold up the rocks and the water. Shay's also there, is like running that way as well too. I believe you had went with Rozuk and Ren, but then Rozuk and Ren went off in a different place, and you were helping to, because you're an earthbender. She's like, I need your help to keep these rocks from hitting all these people as they. So you're probably back on your way towards that entrance as well. But Ren and Rozuk, you run, and we're told that there is like a schoolhouse essentially full of children, and no one has seen these children. And so you go, and it's flooding with water. It's right by like one of these, I don't know, for lack of better terms, C4 devices went off. And you quickly get all these kids out. But a little girl says that there is I believe a little boy, right? I think I said boy.
I think so.
A boy that had gone off to play further down in the cove. And no one has seen him. And so you two go running off. You find yourselves in this other open air area. It's filling with water. There's like a small islet in the middle where this little boy is standing, and swimming in the water circling this island are a number of gopher sharks. Nick is laughing at gopher sharks. It was the first animal that came into my head.
Is that what we said last time? It's a gopher shark?
I was not going to say a thing.
Gopher shark.
I wasn't going to say a single word.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's kind of terrifying a little bit.
I guess
I was
we
actually
actually get the shark face so that we get the scariness of the shark, not just the body of a shark and a cute gopher on top. Like, oh, we can just swim through this. That's fine.
I feel like even a shark face with a gopher body would be equally adorable. So,
It's kind of scarier.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, then like gopher mermaids. Like
it's like a very okay.
Also, to be clear, I wasn't even laughing at the gopher shark idea. I was laughing at just the sheer like extreme situation that they find themselves in. That's all. That's because
it's pretty wild.
A child is just
situation,
being circled by sharks.
I think the boy's name is Pei.
Pei. That sounds right.
Yeah, because I remember I made a absolutely hilarious joke that Pei went to play.
No.
I remember that joke, yes.
No, you didn't. It was not good enough to tell again.
I got all the laughs.
Isn't that just a rhyme?
Joke.
Yeah.
The rhymes are jokes.
A joke.
All rhymes are jokes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Rozuk's notebook, he just has one page, and there's one line of text that says "All rhymes are jokes."
All rhymes are jokes.
Can't wait till we publish this book.
I know, it's going to be a good book. I think we gotta start there, because I want to know what Ren and Rozuk are going to do. So you burst into this cavern. It is rapidly filling with water. And in fact, you can see like there's like a hole towards the back that is incredibly large, that just tons of water is pouring out of. And it's big enough that a gopher shark could have swam in from there, or got caught and got pulled into here.
Can you repeat that, Justin? I'm sorry. I'm trying to picture it.
Yeah, so like you're in this opener cave part, and it's quickly filling with water. You've got this little island in the center of all this water, and the water's quickly rising above it. On that island is Pei. Towards the back, you can see like where all this water is coming in from. It's this torrent of water that's coming in from the back from a super large hole that looks like a gopher shark could have either swam in from there or got pulled in from the lake.
From the current, yeah.
Into here. What do you do?
This will be so easy. Rozuk's a waterbender.
Yeah. What do you do? Just bend the water and that's it?
Honestly, I think Ren would like grab Rozuk's shoulder like really firmly and like turn him to face Ren. And like Ren's face is just like suddenly a bit pale and cold seeming. And he says, Rozuk, we're getting caught up in this. We're just chasing whoever needs saving. But what about our friends? This place is filling up with water. I'm sorry, but we can't save everybody. Look at this kid. We can't do everything. And I can't lose. We got to go save our friends.
Rozuk looks back at the kid, looks back at Pei, and looks at Ren, and he puts his other hand on Ren's shoulder and says, "Go help our friends, but I can't leave while this kid is here." And then Rozuk's gonna dive into the water. Rozuk dives into the water.
Okay.
I should have rolled for persuasion. Dang it!
Well, I mean,
It's all good.
were you
It's all
trying
good.
to?
No,
Were you-
I wasn't
were you-
even thinking about that. But
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, we can. It's up to you.
I want to let it roll. That's what Rozuk did.
Okay.
So
Okay. I love
Rozuk
it.
really
I hate it.
cannot, in the right mind, leave this kid.
Because it definitely could be a call someone out.
self-preservation
Self-preservation.
is one of
Okay.
his
Yeah,
principles. But yeah.
Or trust, honestly, like trust in you.
Yeah, trust me. Just
But-
leave this kid.
I mean, the drama is there. So
So we're pulling it back a little bit.
no,
No?
Steve's like that's what
We're-
Rozuk
okay.
did.
Okay.
Ren reaches
love
out
it.
suddenly and just like holds his arm back, completely freezes up as Rozuk dives in.
Ren, what do you do?
Can we get just a tad bit of narration? Like if Rozuk's about to be eaten by a shark, I'm jumping in. But like if it looks like he's doing even the slightest bit well, I might dip. So I think I'm frozen and I'm watching. Like honestly, I just like freeze up.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, then let me ask you this: what's going through Ren's head?
Ren is picturing all of the friends trying to hold up the stone and water kind of collapsing in on them that we just left behind.
And so, like, as Rozuk just dives into the water, does that image change, or are you like,
Yeah, it's jarring. I'm definitely looking at him now and the sharks, but I'm not jumping in yet.
okay, Rozuk, what do you do?
All right. So I'm hoping the sharks are a tad preoccupied with the kid. I want to try to. Rozuk dove in, so I just want to try to dive down under the sharks and just. I mean, how close are they to the makeshift isle that Pei is on?
They're continually circling around it, and
Mhm.
there's now that you're down here, easily four or five of these things are just constantly circling this little island.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna. Rozuk attempts to dive under them and up to the island, and I guess if he gets to the island, first thing he's gonna do is try to climb up onto the island, and he's gonna figure it out from there.
Okay. I think it's pretty unclear whether or not you can even get to the island. So why don't you plead with the sharks?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, instead, can I
May we have
intimidate
safe
them? No.
passage.
Can I guide and comfort them? Actually,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Just give
what
a
do you do
little,
to guide
little
them?
pet as they graze by.
Gopher Shark. Tell me how you really feel, Gopher Shark.
How does that make you?
How does this make you feel,
Gopher
Gopher
Shark?
Shark?
No, this is obviously clearly a pusher.
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do the thing.
Whoa!
I rolled an 11.
That's a good time to roll an 11.
yeah,
that was
I
a
don't-
really good time.
Ren does not want to dive in.
On a 10 plus, your boldness pays off despite the cost. You get a lucky opportunity, my friend.
To not die.
The Gopher Sharks are allergic to water.
I'm hydrophobic.
That was creative.
That is creative.
The Gopher-
Fictionally makes literally zero sense, but
Be really unfortunate for the life of a shark. It's a very short life.
creative. Yeah, it'd be creative for sure.
Yeah.
A lucky opportunity. Okay. You are swimming up near the pillar, and as you're swimming up, you see that something shiny that you could easily just grab and keep swimming up. Okay. It's like covered in it's like green and glittery, and it looks like about the size of like a scroll case.
So Rozuk goes,
And you drown
picks
him
it up.
instantly. And
That's what you get for talking underwater, Rozuk.
you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
The sharks are circling around, and a couple of them notice you and start to go towards you. And you move out of the way and keep swimming. And you're swimming now up this pillar underwater. You see this glittery, shiny thing, grab this scroll case, keep swimming, burst out of the water. Ren, you see him come up and just pull himself up onto this little islet just as fast as he can, as the shark jumps out of the water and is about to take a bite and then misses just barely and goes back into the water and starts circling around again. And the little boy, Pei, is just weeping. Just
as soon as Rozuk gets up there, he just grabs hold of Pei, gives him a hug, and just says in his ear, "We're gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna get you out of here."
As you look around at these sharks that are circling around, we cut and we move to the front, the stairs up.
Well, that was heroic.
Che, you now make it back to the exit, and you can see both Leeko and Sho are straining to keep this area clear for people to get up.
Can I try to shoot crystals wherever there is like a breach and try to grow them so that they seal?
I like that. I like that idea a whole heck of a lot.
Thank you.
Since it is still learned, why don't you go ahead and push your luck?
Okie dokie. Hit.
A hit. All right. Here is the cost. You are able to... You see the places where Leeko has been holding the water back. And you are able to plug up those holes. And you are able to grow the crystals big enough in order to...
Stop the flow.
Stop the water. Stop the flow. You do, however, grow the crystals a little too big. And the tunnel isn't cut off completely, but it's going to take now more time for everyone to get through, as only like a couple people can file through now. And if you were to take the crystal back down, the water would come back. So
yeah, I think having to leave a little slower is fine in comparison to everyone just drowning. So I will take that.
I don't think you have a choice.
Well, you said I could get the crystals away.
Yeah. That was me saying yes. Absolutely, yeah. What are the Leeko Sho? What do? You've now got this moment of reprieve as you see Che comes around the corner and closes off these holes and stops the water from flowing down this tunnel. In order to get past, so people have to squeeze. And if I remember right, too, I do believe the you're going to have to dig out the stairs. I believe it had collapsed.
Yeah, I think Shoban just turns and starts trying to bend the dirt and stuff and the rocks out of the way of the stairs. Just there's no time to stop.
Yeah. I'm not going to make you roll. That makes a lot of sense. So you just be able to do that, especially if Che were to help at all. And yeah, you do. You bend enough of the rubble and the dirt and rock away that people can start filing up into the cove. And as people start filing out, Zishin is she goes, I've got this. If you need to go do something else, get some more people, make sure that they're okay, I can help them get up. Otherwise you can stay here and help direct this. It's up to you.
All right, I'm going to go back down.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for Rozuk and Ren.
Yeah. Okay. How are you doing that?
I want to go back to the place where I was, and then I saw which direction he headed from there, so I'm going to try to backtrack.
Yep. Okay. What about the rest of you?
Okay, so when it comes to Leeko, if I remember correctly, we left off with her holding the water from caving in on Shoban, correct?
Yep.
And
then,
then
the tunnel. Yep.
Yeah, but she also took a hit, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. I think, she took some fatigue, I think was what it was.
Yeah, so how much longer can she hold this water, and how much is hitting against her?
Yeah, Che now has grown his crystals enough in that tunnel to stop the water from flowing in.
Yeah.
But he's grown them in such a way that it's going to take a little bit longer for everyone to file out, because they have to kind of go like single file or two at a time. Whereas before, a bunch of them could run through the tunnel and get up.
All right, so I just wanted to make sure that she's not pushing anything back any longer.
No. Both you and Sho are now free and clear of trying to hold stuff up.
Yeah. I think Sho would look at Leeko and just be like, "Thank you for saving me."
Leeko just gives him a look, raises her eyebrow, and then decides to run to follow Che. She's also looking for Rozuk and Rin.
Yeah. Sho is confused and just kind of, all right, and just follows.
All right. You know what? Let's do this. If you're doing it, Sho, why don't you rely on your skills and training? And the reason is you're familiar enough with these twisting tunnels since there's a Dai Li base down here, that you could, Che knows that they're going to a schoolhouse. You could find your way towards that. Nice.
9.
A 9. Sho, you are leading both Che and Leeko down this tunnel, and you begin to run past where the Dai Li base is, and you hear from behind that stone door, "Help! Help!
Do you guys hear that?
Do we hear it?
Help!
Do we?
Help me!"
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I hear it. And I'll bend the wall out of the way.
And when you do, Sho, when this stone door rises up, you see who is shouting. Is your uncle, Uncle Simu. He is currently pinned down, like his arms, like everything is pinned down basically up to his like chest by this ginormous boulder.
I run in and I shout, Uncle Simu, and I just put my hands on the boulder and start trying to bend it upwards and off of him.
This guy's your uncle? And I walk over and try to help him lift it up.
Yeah. Let's have a Sho rely on your skills and training, and depending on what he rolls, Che, you can help him.
Cool.
Another 9.
Okay.
So, to help, do I roll the same thing? I will also rely on skill?
Nope, you mark a fatigue.
I will mark a fatigue and give him 1, and he will have a 10.
And it will be a 10. There you go. I guess I could have given you the option to hear the help or to mark 1 fatigue. Anyway, so on a 10 plus, you do it. So you both lift this stone up and you start to, and he's like, oh, and you slow down because you realize if you do this too quickly, you're going to break something else. So that's when you stop, both of you, and you start lifting it up a little bit slower, and you're able to lift it off of him without hurting anything else. And he goes, Shoban, is that you?
It is, Uncle Simu. What are you doing here? Are you okay? And I'm like trying to help him up.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's time for like 20 questions. I think you should get to the entrance and we need to get going. Is there anyone else down this way, Grandpa?
I don't appreciate being called, right?
I don't have time to care.
No, there's no one down here.
Perfect. See ya. Nice meeting you.
Sho, I'm assuming you're helping like him out.
Yeah.
Che and Leeko, are you doing anything? It's fine if the answer's no.
No, she's actually just standing there watching everything, trying to, I guess you could say, observing everything, just to see what she can do. She's feeling some stuff, so.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or just watching the situation?
I'm looking for a particular situation where I would be more useful.
Why don't you roll to assess the situation then?
Yeah, I can think of a situation where you'd be more useful.
Do you happen to have any experience with gopher sharks?
Yeah.
Rozuk's currently being eaten by furry mermaids.
Oh my god!
I feel like you just spoke something into existence.
I rolled a 5.
You rolled the 5, and so I get to make a GM move.
Is Rue down there, or is Rue just back in
Rue
the
is
town?
not down.
Figures.
No, he's not down.
Hard to
I think
figure.
Rue was playing with that
little
girl up top.
Yeah.
Right?
Ah, you're right. Before Leeko came in.
I like to think every now and then it just cuts to Rue just silently playing with the girl and so happy, and it cuts back to us like, ah!
Go.
Leeko.
We're living out the plot to the Hunt for Red October, and Rue's just having fun.
Leeko, you are looking around this crumbling cave that it is filled with very similar, like Dai Li armor. I don't know if you would know what the Dai Li are. You might. Sho, you don't wear Dai Li armor though, right? Okay.
Yeah,
But you can tell.
I wear the hat, even though it's not like the normal armored hat. I wear a similar conical hat and the gauntlets, but that's it.
Okay. Leeko, you are looking around and you see all this armor lying around. It looks official, and there are a number of them. So some sort of police or military or something. You're looking around, and the thing that catches your eye before you all move out of this room and the rocks collapse is you see what looks like on a stone table is a map of the entire world. And there are like flags all throughout the world, and they're all green. And then as you leave, the room collapses.
So, okay, so there was just no time to grab that map, correct? Like, we just like, I'm already out.
It was like one of those, maps that's like in the table.
Like Skyrim.
Kind of like Skyrim, yeah.
Okay.
Would I have had time to do one thing before we leave the room? Before the room collapses
yeah.
and stuff? I just want to...
Yeah.
I'm sure Sho would have noticed all of the uniforms and everything. I'm just going to call a set of the gauntlets, an extra set of gauntlets to myself.
Hey, absolutely. Totally can do that. Cool. They collapse over your wrist. You are now bound in this room as you watch.
As all your friends
The
watch
roof
you
cave in.
fall.
Next week I'll be playing another new character.
Yeah, Johnny's actual goal is just to get through as many as he can.
Called Shosa.
At the start of this podcast, I gave each of them a secret mission to do throughout the life of this podcast.
Johnny just to have his characters perish as often as possible.
I have to play as many new characters myself as there are other cast members.
So the rocks already fell, and she's on the other side.
Yeah, all of you are now.
All of us. There's no one on the inside.
No. The
Absolutely.
3 of you and Uncle Simu.
Well, according to old man.
Yeah. And how far are we from the top?
You would have to go back. I mean, you're not super far. You could go back to where they are. I want to know what you guys do, and then we're going to cut to Red and Rozuk.
Jay's already leaving.
Yeah, I was going to say, can my uncle move on his own?
No.
Then I'm helping him out.
Leeko just stares at the rocks, trying to memorize exactly what she saw on that map.
Absolutely.
I don't think she has a photographic memory, but I think she has a really good memory. And then she just slowly turns around and walks away.
Who do you follow? Because it sounds like Che is going one way. Shoban is going back towards the exit.
This is the same route that she took to get down here, right?
If you were to follow Shoban, you'd be taking that same route. Yeah.
All right, then she's following Shoban. Like I said, she has a good memory, so she would go up the same way she came in.
Yeah, kind of help Sho.
But she walks past him.
She does not help him. Don't you dare say that.
Let's make it clear.
Let's not be generous here, you know.
Che now.
It's an embellishment.
What?
Che now. These are for you. And Sho tosses him the extra set of gauntlets.
Cool. Say it.
Yep.
Uncle Simu chastises you a little bit. He's like, can't give away our secrets like that. As he's like,
He's seen me use them. They're not secret anymore. Let's go.
fine. And Leeko and Sho, you lead your way back up to the top. Rozuk, you are on a little island surrounded by water that is quickly rising. In fact, I am going to mark another tick of the clock. As Leeko and Sho and Che are running through these tunnels, it's now about mid-chest high and quickly rising. Rozuk, the room that you're in still has a decent amount of land and stone that you can walk on. It might be a little bit higher above the sea level, so it's taking longer for this room to fill with water. But there's quickly water pouring in, and so while the island that you're on is fine, the water is quickly surrounding that. So Rozuk, the water will quickly overtake. Soon.
How far is the island from the land that Ren is standing on?
It's a decent jump. Yeah, I don't know.
How hard of a throw is it?
Oh,
Toss me.
I don't know. I am not. I have no concept of like physics. So like, it's 10 feet. Like
That's a really hard
I can throw
toss.
a kid 10 feet. I can throw a kid 10 feet.
Rozuk could be strong, but that is a really hard toss.
All right, yeah, it is.
Danny
a hard
can
toss.
do it, but let's remember,
Rozuk's
is a normal
skinny.
person.
You're right. Rozuk's a normal person. I, on the other hand, am a deity. But
Wow.
Okay. All right. Just
Glad we covered
roll.
that.
I'm only
moving on.
only with tossing people. Okay. Rozuk, while holding Pei, asks, "Pei, can you swim?"
yeah. help. Look at what are we gonna
He's
do?
gonna
about
hold.
the-
He's gonna put his hands on either of his cheeks and say, "Pei, I need you to focus. You're going to be okay. We're gonna get you out of here. You're gonna get you out of here, but I need you to focus. When I say swim, I need you to swim directly to that very kind, welcoming looking human being over there, okay?" And he points to Ren.
Ren's face is clearly like still pale and a little terrified and not at all kind and welcoming looking.
And so the gopher sharks they're swimming close, like their fins are poking out of the surface, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
So Rozuk is going to stand. Rozuk stands on like behind Pei,
Yeah.
and he tells him to get ready to swim. And he gets into like a wide.
I'm gonna need you to plead first.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I don't
Yeah.
know if I can like ask, "Hey, can I plead?" Or yeah,
You absolutely
Okay.
can. Absolutely, you can
plead.
totally ask
I
me
wanna plead.
to roll.
because I don't know if it would be comfort or plead, but
It feels more like a plead to me
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna.
than a guide and comfort.
Rozuk pleads. Wait, let me see if I have any.
What is this energy?
I'm troubled.
I'm so troubled. Stop croaking in my ears.
I'm troubled with a -2. Oh no, it's a 6. Oh no. Can one of the gopher sharks help me? Give me a +1. They can mark-
Turns out they're like totally benevolent. They were just moving towards you to try to support you as you climb up the island.
One of them just pokes his head up like, "Come on, Pei, you got this. We'll hold off on eating you for like 5 seconds."
They speak.
They're actually friendly spirit gopher sharks. It's a wild misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Rozuk, you are furiously trying to plead with Pei to swim towards Ren, and Pei is sobbing. I don't think I can do it. I don't know. What if we? And Pei points behind you, further down into the cave, and Pei goes, I think we can get out that way, maybe. And you look and you see that you couldn't see it from where Ren is, but now that you're here on this island, you can see there are some other islets too far for Pei to have gotten to, but maybe with your help, you could get on them. And Pei says, I mean, it goes out that way too. There's an exit that way.
Oh, this just got so much more simple. Rozuk turns to Ren and yells, "Go find the others. We have a perfectly reasonable way right here. We'll be completely fine, and I will see you all again. Bye-bye now." And he starts his way, like, helping Pei across the island, like, holding his hand and, like, kind of like,
You kind of like toss him a little bit and
Yeah.
then go there and then
yeah.
toss him forward. I'll tell you this. Like, it is going to be a rely on your skills and training.
Okay.
Because it's something an adult can do. You can push your luck and try and go towards Ren.
Trying to think narratively, not mechanically here, because
In this flash moment, it looks easier to go out the back
yeah,
than to go towards Ren.
I think Rozuk would just decide. I feel like in his mind, the easier option seems like the safest option as well for him and the kid. So he decides to go towards the unknown.
So Ren sees Rozuk hopping away, like out of sight quickly, because this was a path that was obstructed by by the island.
And he tells you that,
Yeah.
I'll find you guys. Go find your friends.
Okay. Be safe. Ren turns around and dashes back towards the others.
Rozuk, why don't you roll to rely on your skills and training?
And I am troubled, so I have to add that -2 to it. Come on, dice. That's a 7.
There you are. Actually, let's do this. You are hopping through these islets, and you are about to make it to a shelf that leads deeper into this area. And it's at this moment that one of the gopher sharks jumps out at the two of you. If you do not do anything, it's going to take one or both of you down into the water with it, or you can mark a fatigue to sort of represent you like hitting it and fighting it off. Think about that. Ren, you are running down through the tunnels, and now you get to this point where now the water is up to your chest. You sort of wade into Che as he's coming down the other way.
Where's Rozuk?
I think he's okay. Is everyone else okay?
Yeah, he's not okay because he's still at the bottom of whatever this place is. We need to go up.
There's another way out, but it's across. It's dangerous to get there, but he got there. The rest is easier. That's what he said.
You're sure he's out?
No, he left my vision. I couldn't see. I would have to swim across sharks to get to see him. But we can trust him, I think. I mean, he's your brother, so your call. Just like treading water now. Is his situation worse than this? I don't know. But what about the others?
Everybody else is fine. They're all towards the exit and they're getting everybody out. Do you remember how to get to the exit?
Meta, you're just asking about the one where Rozuk's going?
No.
Talking about something else?
No, I'm saying, does Ren remember how to get back to the exit of this place?
Yes.
All right. Let's go.
Should we find another way out? What do you think is faster?
We can get back easily, right? Or would it be faster to try to find this other way out with Rozuk from here?
I think if you have to decide now. If you were to go back towards the exit where everyone else is trying to wade out of and swim out of, you've got enough time to get out.
Probably go with what you know.
Yeah. All right. Rozuk will find his way out. Let's go.
Okay. We follow you guys up, and eventually you get in line and sort of file in and swim out. And you are back in that tea shop. And there's a little bit of flooding in this tea shop, but people have started filing out into the cove, and I'm assuming at this point you guys are the last ones out. Right?
I would hope so, yeah.
Yeah. You guys are the last ones out, and so you get out.
Real quick, Justin. So
Yep.
This area, the tea shop, the marketplace, there was tons of illegal stuff being exchanged here, correct?
Tons.
So all of it's abandoned now. Real quick scan. Does Ren see anything that looks like it's worth grabbing?
I was literally going to say the same thing.
We'll get to that. There are a ton of people here because this place is dry and not being flooded.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you can still try and take advantage of the
mob of people,
the chaos and the mob of people if you want to do that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. You get up and Zishan is like, is that it? Is there anyone else?
We don't think so.
Sure?
No, there's
my
no way to
brother-
be sure.
Yeah, we can't be sure. My brother was down there with one other kid.
Hey.
Where did the other kids go?
They're up here. You see?
okay.
Yeah.
We got him.
All right. So, yeah, my brother was down there with one other kid, but he said that he was moving towards another exit. So
I have to close this off. I can't let
there is another exit, though, right? There are other ways for people to get out.
There are tons of other exits.
Okay, can you tell me where they are, please?
I have to close this off right at this moment.
Shay punches outwards and seals the thing with earth. And he's like, okay, can you tell me where the other exits are?
Where was he?
He was back by the school house thing, I guess. It looked more like a death trap at the time. I'm not really sure what it was. There was tons of water pouring in. They went through the opposite side, is all that Ren told me.
The closest exit would be, there's a beach on the southwest side of East Lake.
What's the fastest way for me to get there from here?
I mean, it's still going to take you a little bit, but get out, and if you go back outside to where Hatusu village and city is and start making your way north, you're going to get to the beaches.
So I'd have to circle around the mountain, right?
Yep.
Okay. What if I cut through this mountain wall and I point upwards towards like the side of the bay? And I'm like, what if I go through there?
I mean, I guess if you're crazy, sure, yeah.
We are.
Yeah, I didn't really claim otherwise. You guys coming? I'm going to go get Rozuk. You guys, you don't have to come. You can.
I don't know where I am relative to this conversation or what's going on with me right now. So
I'm going to move over to you guys, include you in the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming, like, you were just having this conversation with Ren and Zishan, but you do see, what did you guys do as soon as you got out, Shoban and Leeko?
Yeah, I would have started trying to find someone who can do triage for my uncle.
Easy. There are now a ton. In fact, you see Dr. Bisung, the doctor who's treating Leeko.
Which I don't know.
And she's treating... she's treating a bunch of people and sees, I think she would recognize you though, and goes, "What? Huh? What happened? And you should be resting." Looking at Leeko.
Leeko doesn't do anything. She's at the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. She doesn't do anything. She just walks away and she walks towards Rue. Rue is still playing with the little girl, right?
Yeah, so you go all the way out of the cove back to like the outside.
Yeah, she's straight up just ignoring everybody.
And she just, Dr. Beeson, like, watches you, like, wordlessly leave and just sighs and looks at Sho. And he's like, what happened?
The tunnel started collapsing. I don't know what's going. There were explosions, and then water was coming in, and we stopped it. We tried to stop it. I don't think we actually stopped it, but we got everybody out as quickly as we could. And my uncle is hurt. Can you help him?
Yeah. What? She's like, obviously stressed because, you know, you saw her like treating a bunch of other people, and she, what? Okay, tell me, walk me through. How did you find him? What happened?
There was a boulder on him. We heard him screaming for help behind a wall, and we got in and moved the boulder, but he was underneath it.
Can you move at all, sir? No, barely. No, can't move at all. Okay, just put him there. I'll take care of him.
All right, Sho sets him down.
You set him down, and Dr. Beeson starts taking care of him. And as you are about to, like, or what do you do?
I was going to say, as soon as I set him down, I look at him and I say, Uncle, I'm sure that she'll take good care of you, and I know that we need to talk, but I need to help my friends. And I run in the direction Leeko went.
And as you run away, he just goes, Sho, wait.
What?
The smile is gone from his face. And he goes, he's like weakly trying to like grab your hand to like pull you in closer.
I lean in.
And you get right up to him, and he goes, don't trust the Dai Li, and then falls unconscious.
Oh man, I totally thought he was about to betray you. Okay, moving on.
I was expecting something else too.
I was thinking the opposite, like remember your training, you know, like it's kind of a thing.
Rely on your skills and training.
I was definitely expecting the Earth King wants to see.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting too. 100%.
Could have gone either way.
Okay, I get up and, with a little less certainty in my step, run the direction that Leeko went.
Okay.
He stumbles a couple of times.
Rozuk, have you decided? Dragged under, mark of fatigue.
Rozuk definitely marks the fatigue. He marks the fatigue, and yeah. You're not gonna get me this time.
I almost got you.
You almost got me.
You.
Yeah, and I guess to narratively picture that in the fiction, as this gopher shark like is hopping towards him,
jumps out of the water.
He just does a quick flamey axe kick and just kicks him back in the water, swats him away.
Love it.
Swats him away with his swift foot,
like a fly swatter on fire.
like a flamey swatty flyer. Rozuk picks Pei up and just starts sprinting down the cavern.
Yeah, you're sprinting down this cavern, and eventually you get to it like opens up into this beach, like a cave on a beach, and you see there's like a rowboat, and getting in the rowboat is your adopted stepfather, now Zhaolansher.
Does he see me?
No.
Rozuk, I'm guessing Rozuk would have dropped Pei, like put Pei on the ground as he was running out, and he like I think Rozuk would have kept holding on to Pei, but as like he sees his father keeping his momentum, he sort of just sets Pei down while he's running and keeps the momentum and speeds up into a sprint, and as he's sprinting does just a spinning roundhouse and shoots a flame blast right at Naozhao, aiming right at the back of his head.
You're intending to hit him.
I'm attempting to hit him.
Okay. Why don't you rely on your skills and training?
I'm gonna be troubled until I can find some mentor.
Stop with the troubled noise.
I'm
so uncomfortable.
I'm so troubled. Oh!
Whoa.
That's a 10.
12 minus 2?
No, but my focus is a +2, so it just brings it to a +0.
You rolled, you just rolled a straight 10.
Just rolled a 10.
Glorious.
Yeah.
So a 12 minus 2
+2. And I understand how math works.
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna mark a fatigue on Naozao Launcher as this flame like screams into the back of his head. Just full blast hits him, and he gets like knocked into this rowboat and stands up like in a fighting stance and sees you.
Rozuk has not stopped sprinting either, just so you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. He sees you sprinting towards him. He gets out of the rowboat and he drops his fighting stance. What do you do?
Does that mean he enters a fighting stance or that he lowers a guard?
Like he was in a fighting stance.
When you drop a fighting stance, is that like, nah, I'm doing it?
It's like when you drop an album.
He was like this, but then he went like this.
No. He lowered his fighting stance.
Cool.
He was in a fighting stance because he did not know what hit him, and he expected to turn around and be in a fight. When he saw Rozuk, he is no longer in a fighting stance. He's just standing there, stock still, waiting to see what you do as you sprint towards him.
As Rozuk's sprinting towards him, he summons his flame shields on his arms, and then as he gets right up to him, he skids to a stop right in front of Naozao with a flame shield right under his chin and says, "You could have killed us!"
Naozao is just like, does not move as this flame shield just comes up to his chin.
You claim to love Che. What is this?
Yeah, I suppose might be confusing, huh?
Naozao just sees like a furious look on his face, probably tears running down his cheek. I don't know, a lot of sadness, but Confucius tears. He holds up the other flame shield underneath his chin as well.
How much of the scroll did you read?
How did you know about that?
What are you talking about? I was there. I took it from you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about I thought you were talking about another scroll. My bad. There's a number of scrolls we come across. I read the entire thing, I think. Yeah.
And just like, still like not moving with these flame shields just up against his neck, staring you just straight in the eye, not breaking eye contact. What did you think?
Right now, I think you're not my father, so I have a lot less qualms about killing you right now.
And he smiles, and his eyes just like glance down at the shields, and he looks back up at you. You know, I always loved your mother, always did. And then she took both of you from me, took my legacy away from me. I have big things planned for the both of you. You are still a part of everything that I am doing, Rozuk. You're a part of me. You didn't get this. And he looks down at the flame shields again. You didn't get this from Sanfen. She may have taught you to be cautious and patient, but I know under all of that, you are just brimming with anger. You got that from me. I taught you how to survive. You will always be my son.
And he's still standing there.
Mm-hmm.
I think as Naozao was saying all that, he could see Rozuk just getting more and more just angry, like his face turning ever so red with anger. I'm guessing Naozao's pretty like big compared to Rozuk. Is he a lot taller than Rozuk? Or
how tall is Rozuk?
He is like on the taller, like a little like lankier side.
Yeah.
So
I think you're probably pretty close in height to Naozao.
Rozuk drops the flame shields, puts his hands on his side, and kind of begins to step back. So now he's not facing directly towards Naozao, but he's kind of facing off to the side and looking a bit away. And he says, "Well, your plans can wait." And Rozuk, I want to try to have Rozuk kick him and knock him out. I want to kick him as hard as I can. I want to knock out my father. I want to hit him right in the temple. I want to knock him out. Maybe the jaw. I want to knock this guy out.
Okay.
Do it.
That's how I felt. Nick, the entire time he's watching, he's like, you just hear
it? Yes. Embrace the violence.
Embrace the dark side.
Why don't you push your luck?
Okay.
It's a good time to roll that.
It's a 13, baby.
That's not even possible.
We're
His power levels are off the charts.
Says Naozao.
How is this possible?
Naozao has one of those eyepieces scanning Rozuk's level and it just
It's
explodes. His power level's over 9,000.
I have been rolling rocks tonight. Dear Lord.
Absolutely insane.
Oh my god.
Shouldn't have dropped that fighting stance, Dad.
Here's what I'm going to give you. If that had been a weak hit, he would not have been knocked out.
Yeah,
I think that's the opportunity.
Okay. Is this too much to ask? Can he fall directly back onto the rowboat, or is he too far?
I was actually thinking in that light. Yeah.
Yeah. So he falls into the rowboat, and then is it kind of like half in the shallows, half on the sand?
Absolutely.
As hard as
he was getting ready to push
as
off.
hard as he can, Rozuk kicks the rowboat directly into the water, like a flamey kick too, like a jet launched kick. He doesn't want anyone besides him and maybe Pei to know that he was even here.
Yeah. So you murder Pei in cold blood. Just
After saving
I
him.
said besides Rozuk and Pei.
Sorry, kid, you've seen too much.
Okay, sorry.
He just gently lets Pei know that he will kill him in cold blood. He tells everyone what he's seen.
remember, I know where you live. Naozao hears you say your plans can wait and turns towards you, ready to get in a fight with you, and you just kick him across the face with a side kick. And he spins, falls into the rowboat, and then you just kick it in anger out into East Lake. And it just starts floating away.
His plans can wait for as long as it takes for that rowboat to get back to shore, but and Rozuk just drops to his knees, and he'll probably just sit there for a while.
Pei is just like awkwardly witnessed this adult interaction.
So, like, we're safe. Can I go now?
Rozuk just holds.
I promise I won't say anything about him.
Rozuk just holds up his hand, does like a quick shooing motion.
Yeah. And you hear Pei. You hear the footsteps of a child running away. And eventually, the rowboat sort of moves out of sight somewhere on East Lake. And eventually, Rozuk, you're sitting there and you hear Che just run up.
Rozuk, hey, you're right. Nicely done. Yeah, actually, you don't look all right. What's wrong?
Oh, Rozuk stands up, and this was just a lot.
Did you lose the kid?
He knows his way back. He left.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's okay. Where are the others?
they're somewhere.
Yeah,
They're
I'll talk
probably back at the hotel. Are you sure you're all right?
No, I'm fine.
All right.
Yes.
I made a tunnel. We can head back a little bit faster if we cut through the mountain.
All right, let's take that.
Oh,
You know what we forgot to do, too? I think Che and Ren wanted to steal some things.
yes.
Yeah?
Yes, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll let you pick. Someone I think should roll to assess the situation. Is that what I want to do?
Also, Ren, to be clear, were you with me
Yeah, we were
when
together.
I found...
Well,
Okay.
when you found Rozuk? No, I didn't come all the
Yes.
way to the
Oh.
beach. No.
All right.
No, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do that move. Look for questionable purchases. So why don't is Che the only one rolling?
I would like to roll as well. If it's
Okay. Yeah,
So
sure.
I'm just rolling
Both roll.
creativity.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we both
Two misses.
stink.
So we just both really suck at this.
Come on.
Can't catch a break.
Nope.
You've only found legitimate items with vigilance shopkeepers closely watching you.
Amid the chaos, they're just like completely vigilant.
Yeah, you'd be worried about looters if you had a store and all that chaos.
Yeah.
I think what happens actually is Che, you are able to. You don't really see anything easy to pilfer, like an item. You do see someone has left out some money.
All right, got it.
Okay. And then you go to get Rozuk. Ren, you're looking around and you see what were you looking for?
I'm looking for something dangerous.
Okay.
That's what's going through his mind. And you know, Ren knows that knowledge is power. Like it could be a scroll, it could be a weapon, could be poison for the darts, anything.
Something dangerous.
Give me some mushrooms.
I'm trying to think of something cool, man.
Give me my Christmas list. Give me a scroll that teaches me how to do chi blocking. Do it.
I'll do you one better.
How? What? Okay. Super Saiyan 4.
You see this like excellently made Naginata. It's like a Japanese spear.
Yeah.
Looks incredibly well made. Would give you a lot of reach. And from what you can tell, no one's looking.
What's the material?
The shaft looks like it is made out of it's like a normal Naginata, so it's like a wood.
Anything distinctive that would suggest to me, based on my learning in the past, like that this belongs anywhere specific? Is this, belong to a particular nation? Have I ever seen it before? Because I've been trained on like 30 weapons,
Yeah. Let me ask this. Leeko, your parents did not grow up in the Foggy Swamp. Did they grow up in the Northern or the Southern Water Tribe?
Did we have a conversation about this, or are you just asking me?
I'm asking you to add that into the fiction now.
I'm gonna say the South.
Okay, the Southern Water Tribe. Was there like did you have like I guess I don't know if you know this, but you can just add it. Leeko might not know this. Was there like a family symbol?
Yeah, I remember she has the
Foggy Swamp symbol on her back, but I'm wondering if your family had a symbol of the Southern Water Tribe.
No, actually, no symbol, but she does have an heirloom of some sort, or she is aware of an heirloom of some sort, but no symbol. The symbol might be on the heirloom, but she's not aware of it.
Okay. Ren, you see a Naginata, and on the blade part, there is emblazoned a symbol of a wolf's head.
Shiny. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
What do you do?
So yeah, Ren is like, well, this is lucky. Looks around, tries to grab it and dip out of a corner of the tent or the booth or whatever it is.
You go to reach for it, and then you hear stealing after you saved us all. And then pump, 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 pump. 3 quick punches to your... What hand are you reaching? Like your right hand?
Yeah.
3 quick punches to your right hand, and your right hand goes limp. And you turn, and Zishan is standing there. And we will see you next week.
Zishan is Dai Li's grandma?
Spoiler alert.
Only that family knows how to do chi blocking.
Yeah.
It's the only people, yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're saying? Yeah, we're going with that.
It's canon.
I wasn't stealing.
Right. We'll find out next week what happens.
It was just touching.
The credits are rolling. You don't get any.
There's just like it's just like New Girl, where like the first 5 seconds of credits.
All right. Once again, we have dropped a Patreon, launched our Patreon. You can check it out there. It looks pretty nice, if I do say so myself. I spent quite some time. Oh, I forgot to mention the best part.
What's the best part?
The best part of the Patreon launch, Steve, I'm so glad you asked, is that the first 30 people who support us on Patreon get an exclusive t-shirt that says, "I love the Flying Bison podcast. It will never be offered again." It's an exclusive t-shirt that only you will get. If you are already supporting us on Ko-fi, we're going to reach out and get your deets and send you this t-shirt. So you don't need to worry. It's the first 30 people to support us on Patreon, plus the people that have already supported us on Ko-fi. If you are interested in any of our other t-shirts or the joggers or the hat or the sweatshirt, check us out. We are going to be launching a store in just a little bit. So,
and this shirt is in our logo font, so it actually looks cool. It doesn't just look like I Heart NY.
Are we going to announce that now?
No.
Oh, I'm teasing. It's a teaser,
teasing.
my friend.
Oh, okay. So
I
we're
didn't
not
say
announcing.
when.
Okay, we're just...
You've been teased.
If you can sub to the Patreon before it takes the amount of time for me to make 30 separate accounts and sub with all of them, then you win.
Yeah, in between this entire episode, Danny has you've already supported us 29 times.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
There's one more time.
one more time. There's one more t-shirt left. All right. Can't wait to see what happens next week. If you are interested again in supporting us, we now have Patreon. And if not, go and just tell a friend. Tell as many friends as you got. And I did hear that for every friend you tell, Johnny will call your parents' landline, say, "Do you smell that?" and hang up.
Yeah,
That is hilarious.
That's really good.
funny.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Where did you come up with this?
All
This
right.
is so good. Also, join us on the Discord.
And join us on Discord.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to
Find us on
hang out
Discord.
with you.
Yeah. Having so much fun. All right. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Avatar Legends was developed and produced by Magpie Games. The worlds of Avatar The Last Airbender and Avatar The Legend of Korra are property of Viacom CBS. Intro music is Dizu by Senbei. Outro music is Tokyo Funk by LATG Music. Logo and art by Kate and Matthew Menke. You can find more of their work at pomakin.com, linked in the show notes.